Hey.
I could drink like a lot of coffee and I feel like
I mean, I get that way too whenever I drink a lot of coffee though. What's this?
Episode what?
Uno 21.
121.
121?
That's not a magic number. I thought
It's an angel number.
Really?
Not a magic
121?
number. Well, any number can technically be an angel number, but
that's 30 away from a type of rum.
So go ahead, Romo. Go ahead. Go ahead, Romo.
What was it? Oh, 121? 121?
We're gonna make this episode about life after death / immortality. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright, so, because in the last episode you talked about how a lot of people seem to have a fear of death, and then because I was caffeinated as fuck, I went on a tangent of like why you shouldn't be afraid of death, right?
Right.
Okay, but now we'll get fully into this.
Okay.
Okay, well, yes, we can agree that the majority of people believe that you die here and you either go to heaven or you go to hell. There's some people, a big section of people probably just believe that once the lights go out, that's it, you're done. Existence ends, that's it. You know, I don't know, I guess they just believe that the lights go out and that's it.
Right, you cease to exist.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's some believe in reincarnation.
Yes, reincarnation, that you're gonna come back. I honestly, my take on it, and the take that I should try to spread and stuff, is that that you have to look at this life here on this earth as not even what life is really is. This is sort of, some people in some spiritual circles that I've read call it a weighing station. You know how for trucks, is that mosquito outside or inside? Kill it! Oh fuck! Come on, Romo, get it! Ninja skills!
It's a fly.
It's a fly.
Well, I want it dead either way!
Ooh, calm the fuck down. Huh?
How did it not die? I hit it.
Need some
Weak ass hands. What the fuck happened? For real, bro? You make direct contact. Nah, so anyhow.
Maybe I did it. Maybe I went like this because I thought, oh, that's gross. And I just didn't.
He stopped it last second.
Like subconsciously.
You know what I can smash it with without busting the window.
Here.
Maybe I was scared of that too. I don't know what else. That's a split
Nah,
second.
I could punch the window, but you know what?
So,
This is
that's
gonna bust it. I don't pay
basically,
for
my belief in that is that, and I try to spread, is that don't break the window, guys. Hold yourself back. You could use even a tissue to kill it there.
Nah, no, mama.
All right, go. Oh, look at that, great. Now make sure.
Oh no, he left.
Are you freaking
Hey.
serious?
Where the fuck you
It's not a
go?
real fly.
Damn, I don't know.
This thing is immortal. This freaking fly is like
Fuck.
crazy.
Where'd
Okay.
you go? Oh shit.
Fuck it.
Anyhow,
Oh fuck that.
So-
I can find it now.
well, it's gotta be dead if you hit. If you make direct contact, it probably can't fly too much right now. It's like
fuck it.
a
Here.
wounded
I
animal.
agree.
Literally a wounded animal.
I don't need no fly flying back at me, bro, trying to plot my death. Just be reincarnation to tip my
Annoy you to death.
It could be tip.
Hey, I think it's right there on the mat. Look, roll the mat over one more time. Right there. What's that? No,
That's
never
not
mind.
the fly I killed.
Okay,
I know what I killed.
Okay. Anyhow,
Yeah, it's dead.
well, one of the things that I believe is the case of weighing station here, right? Like for example, truck drivers, 18-wheelers. No, why would you throw a sandal on the couch?
It's not like Seinfeld.
I believe that this is a weighing station where what's weighed here is your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like at a truck stop, they weigh your truck, see how much your load is. You know what you got. Here on Earth,
Scale, your sins and your.
Yes, it's a scales. Exactly, it's a scales. Exactly, the scales. In old Egypt tradition, they were called the scales of Mat. Remember how we say Ankh and Mat? There you go.
Moon Night they go over there.
Mat.
I don't know what point it's to.
What? That same phrase? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if they go over that, but
Oh.
that whole scene where the scales are getting after death.
Yeah. So the scales of Mat, at the end of all this, when you die, when you're supposed to see if you're going to ascend or reincarnate, whether you're gotta come back and try again, or you finally learned the lessons you needed to learn here, and now your soul doesn't weigh more than, say, your ego. You know what I'm saying? Or the heart. I think it's weighed against the heart. Feather, my bad. Your soul is weighed against a feather, right? Because that's the goal. Remember, just like in old Egypt, you have to live life light. Live light like light. Light as a feather, lightly. That's what living light is supposed to mean. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can go back in my notes of the book I read about.
Like without burden, without. Like,
yes, without anger, without those bad emotions that weigh you down. Yes.
Silence that. Don't reject it. Just silence it.
What's up?
No.
Nah, it's the wrong number. He's not here right now. I mean, it's the wrong number.
Wait,
All right, bye.
We didn't answer.
It could have been cool. Could have been a little.
Oh, like a skit?
You ruined it.
Oh.
Look at this guy, party pooper.
Mad, I'm breaking the third
Nah,
wall.
you're being a party pooper.
Fourth wall?
I got
What wall
one.
is it?
Anyways.
Second wall?
I don't know how many walls are we in when you're just listening to people.
Fifth, sixth dimensional wall.
Nah.
Yeah.
You
Like, you know how Deadpool breaks the fourth wall? I think it's the fourth wall.
Anyhow, so you have to live lightly, and you know that's how your soul will be light. So when you do pass on, and when your soul is weighed against that feather, your soul is not heavier than that feather, so you can ascend now. You know what I'm saying? Now you can go to the next dimension, the next level of existence.
So you see the earth as that.
Yes, a weighing station. You know that picture I have there, that's Earth.
Okay.
It is the domain of the five senses. And these are five senses I believe that we don't have once you move on. That's why these five senses cause you to sin.
Should we describe this picture, or should we just like put it as a background picture?
It's called the Wheel of Life, and I'll let you two describe it. Go ahead. And you can take a picture and make it the cover of the podcast.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
He'll figure out.
Describe it though. No, you want to describe it?
But, well, because before I forget, you said, I like how you said the five senses make us sin, right?
Yeah.
Smell. Smell causes like gluttony and greed and shit, right?
Taste. You get excited something, you always want more of it.
Right.
You see something, you want to see more of it. You hear something good, you want to hear more of it. See, the senses make you want more excess, and excess is the ultimate sin.
Right.
Excess.
It's like the senses don't get full.
Yes.
Don't they have a word for that? It's a...
Yes, it's a sin. Excess.
Excess.
What were you saying?
All right, that's what I said. Okay, so you want to describe that or you don't? Oh no, the senses, how it leads to all the sinning.
It's gluttony.
Because it makes you want more. Everything,
Yeah,
and that's how it works. Sinning is not being, in my opinion, is not being happy was enough. You always want more. Remember the old phrase I used to always say: "More is the enemy of better is the enemy of good."
So don't pack this thing. Or...
So you always want more. You always want. Look. Now because we interrupted him so much, he's gonna interrupt all of our good points. You know what? Maybe we should just call this a wrap. Maybe he's gonna be little brother on this one.
So.
I'm just saying.
Look at this guy.
So okay, so that's what you believe.
I believe. Yes. Go ahead.
Where do you think it came from?
What came from what?
Where do you think it came from?
The light. I think we all came from. They call it the living light, right? In old Egypt old Egypt tradition, they believe that God itself, Creator, was a living light. You know what I'm saying? That somewhere out there, yes, that's where you go back to, the living light, where you came from. You know, we're all an extension of that living light. Where that living light wants to live life, and we're that living light, experiencing what it's like to be a human being, to be a person on the 3D, 3D realm, in that place. To see it, I want to see it. Living light was like, I want to see what it's like to go live in the place where the five senses are gonna rule me and tell me to do everything. Can I maintain my light, my goodness in this state? And we're all the answer. If there's 4 billion of us here on Earth, then we're 4 billion different answers to that one question. Isn't that beautiful? What is life? That's what the living light. That's what God wants to know. Creator wants to experience. What is to live life on the world of five senses, and we're all a different answer to that question.
So then the next level.
Oh, I wouldn't. That's
probably getting like different senses, maybe.
That's all. You could say you in a sense of being an angel.
Right. It's on another level.
Yes. Obviously, I have nothing but theories about that. I don't think I've ever read a book written by an angel to tell you. And so yeah, that would be all theory, thought, hearsay. Obviously. There's in the Bible, it's supposed to be people who talk to angels, but no angel wrote anything.
Right.
The Bible's all written by man. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, that makes sense, man.
Man, sounds like a hippie. See, you're having a time.
Makes sense, man.
Man, that's trippy,
Well,
man.
what's your idea, Chris? What
yeah, basically, I want you to segue into what you think.
Do
you believe? Oh. And so that's how, in my opinion, you want me to keep expounding on this?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why, in my opinion, you never die.
Right.
Your soul is immortal. Your soul that is borrowing this vehicle, this car. Like, for example, You know, your car will one day, it might run out of mileage. The engine might die. You might just fuck up on you. You might wreck it. You might have to, get rid of it. That is the best way to describe your body. You are not your body. You are not you. You are your soul. What's inside you, your consciousness. That's you. You're living. That's the part of you connected to that living light that is trying to experience what living life as a human being is. You're in this vehicle that is your body. Yes, that's why you should take care of it and this and that, because you want to be someone that it's like when you rent a B&B. You don't want to trash the fucking house.
You also want to experience it to its fullest capabilities.
Of course, but there's also like
I mean, so like, and you can't if you don't treat it right.
Yeah.
Because then you're not gonna be able to.
And there's that thought also of people who say, well, shit, it's my body, so I'm gonna push it to the max every chance I get. I'm gonna max it out. Well, you're not gonna live a long life. And there's some people, and isn't that funny? Ministry has made it like cool to say, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Live fast, die young.
Yes, basically. So go ahead. You want to sin and live excessively and die young? That's everyone's free will.
I mean,
right?
that's a lot of the young rappers right now. They're all dying by the age of 21 or 22.
Free will. You can do what you want, but does that really the legacy you want to leave? That's up to you as an individual.
Right.
Does that you think that leads to reincarnation or ascension? That's an open-ended question.
They even got people so brainwashed to the point where they say the good die young.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Well,
so it makes you think, right?
There's a lot of good that die old.
Exactly. You know? So and also one of the things that they say in old Egyptian traditions and many cultures too is that you have to die before you die. If you die before you die, then when you die, you never die. So therefore, you're just being reborn. Now, I will go ahead and tell you how that is interpreted, because that sounds all like,
when
whoa.
you die before you die, it's like you die like a death of an ego.
Oh, look at you. Chris knows his shit. Look at that. It's even better when someone can tell you what you want to say. Yes, you know what I'm saying? That's what that means. It means that if in life, while you're here on this 3D plane, you can kill the ego that just lives by the senses and wants nothing but more and more and more. Then when you die, aka when this life is over, you don't really die. You're gonna ascend. So therefore, you're about to live a whole new life. You're gonna be reborn. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yes, if you die while you're alive, then when you die, you don't really die. You're just born again. You see how that works? So that is to everybody who wants to sound all deep and mystical. That's a good way to sound deep and mystical, and that's how you can explain it so that you don't just sound stupid. The way you can,
So how do you feel about the theories of like the Matrix and that we're like a program?
Training. Okay, first of all, this life is real. This is not a simulation. There are things like synchronicities. There are going to be things where like coincidences. Oh my God. Okay, I understand. And I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything that happens is meant to happen. Period. Right. But to believe that this is all a simulation or a hologram, your decisions and what happens are very real. You know what I'm saying? The consequences to what you do and don't do are very real.
On this plane and other planes.
Exactly. You're not gonna you're not gonna wake up and be in freaking Zion. You know what I'm saying? And be able to come back here and dodge bullets and dress cool and know how to shoot it and have a bunch of guns on you. That's not how.
Is that a movie or something?
Matrix. That's the Matrix.
Literally the Matrix.
Did you not?
Oh, Zion.
Are you not?
It's been years since I watched the Matrix.
Oh man, I feel like he's trying to admit in slow.
No, I watched them. I had it. I owned it on VHS.
Owned it, but he doesn't own it anymore. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I sold it or something.
Wow. Gave away the Bible. The Bible for the nerd, the Neo Bible.
For the bad.
Because by the way, Neo just means new. Neo just stands for new. So if I say Neo Bible, that's just a way of me saying that the Matrix is like a new Bible.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's different.
Well, it's like how I call the Warrior of the Light my Bible. It's not the Bible, but it's a code I live by.
Right.
You know?
Well, there's a lot of Bibles. Like I want to read the Bhagavad Gita and the Quran.
Bhagavad
Gita.
Yes, the Quran, the Book of Mormon.
No, I don't want to read that.
You don't?
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
I want to read the one with you had the
way it's the Gnostic Gospels. The way that the Book of Mormon are described by the Mormons is this: they tell you that the Bible, the most the Christian religion reads, that is basically Jesus's life in the Middle East, right?
Mm-hmm.
They describe the Book of Mormon as his adventures here in North America. So I'm interested to see, you know, what's it
What
about.
they gotta say.
I want to read it not because I'm gonna join any religion. I'm religion free. You know, my religion is.
But just to know about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should be versed in everything.
Especially if you're gonna talk about it. Like,
Yes,
why not know
if
about
you're
it?
gonna, that's what most people like to do. They criticize so much without ever having really researched it. you
That's
know?
why I'm reading the Bible, because I know I criticize it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I also love it, but I'm like, okay, I need to read it. Ooh. That sound is triggering to me, bro. Holy shit. No, just kidding.
Fuck out of here.
What
Fuck out of here with that.
were we talking
Give me
about?
that fucking look, eh?
So your name does look, because you know, you want your name to live on. So, but in a way, you're also.
That's ego that says that. This world,
Pretty
that you're
much.
trying to lead this world. Why would you want to trap
Who cares
more?
if they remember
Yeah,
you, right?
I just basically want to trap more of my people. Yeah, no, you don't.
I
You
think.
Like you want to leave a legacy.
don't. You
no?
want.
Or you just
do
want you just want people
Do
people
you?
that remember you just want them to
your
remember you
deeds.
positive.
Your deeds while you
Right.
lived are your legacy.
Right.
You, like I said, be a living example. That's your legacy.
Right.
Not
After you're gone, it
yes,
doesn't matter.
yes. Don't worry about that. I have
I
a
think
whole other
what-
thing to do.
I think what you're meant to do here is maybe if you have that feeling of inspiring the world, why don't you just inspire the people around you, your world,
Yes.
instead of trying to impress the entire world, impress your world, the people around you.
Yeah,
you know
like-
what I'm saying?
like-
Can you leave a legacy for them to carry on for throughout the generations or whatnot? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's how you gotta start, man. That's the only way you gotta begin is start with yourself too.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
not an ego thing if you can just, you know, you're doing what you're doing for others around your community. I mean, that's probably a better way of living instead of having that. I have to inspire the entire world.
Right.
Just inspire your own people. You know,
Right. We're only one man.
you know what?
What were you gonna say?
Oh, like the Buddha, you know, his teachings have to do with, look, everybody wants to achieve that point where they hit God, where they're gods or goddesses. But what if we think of it like this? How would we live if we were gods and goddesses now? Which, hey, might be a reality. You know what I'm saying? You are, remember, you're a part of God. So how are you not a god or a goddess? Exactly. But don't let ego get to, once you give that thought to ego, it turns into something else. That's what I'm saying. To live as a god or a goddess means that you're going to live to your highest morals. You're going to live to
Right. Godly.
yes.
Right.
Yes. You're going to forgive. You're going to love. You're going to move on. You're not going to hold grudges. You're not going to hold on to anger, sadness, all that shit.
Right.
But do it now.
Right.
Exactly, because maybe if you start that, you'll slowly come to the realization that we are gods and goddesses now. We are just sleeping gods and goddesses. We need to wake the
I mean,
fuck
right.
up. You know what I'm saying? Wake the fuck up. You can do all that awesome Matrix shit. Maybe not in that way, because look, in order for us to accept that there can be things like dodging bullets and jumping over buildings and shit like that, we as a world have to accept those thoughts. No one's gonna be able to teleport until we can all as the world accept that that's possible and that's okay. But right now that we look at that as something that's way beyond our reach. So of course it is. You know what I'm saying? But if the world woke up tomorrow and said, you know what? We can all teleport. We can all fly. I guarantee you start to see some crazy
So what
shit.
you're saying is,
That's what Elon Musk is gonna do.
no.
Oh.
What he's saying is we take a bunch of shrooms and we can make this possible.
But the whole world has to accept it. That's what I'm saying. It has
The
to
world
be.
has to
It has
take
to be a
shrooms.
collective thing.
We
It's
gotta,
like for
put it in the
example.
water.
It's like for example.
Or in the air.
It's like for example. We wouldn't do this topic if all three of us hadn't come to the consensus. This is what we're going to talk about. But if we started just recording and I started talking about life or death, and you guys started talking about sinning or something, right, or the Bible, then we're not exactly. We're not. But if we all accept that this is what we're going to talk about, we all make it happen. It happens. This topic happens. This conversation is happening right now.
Well, that's how, earlier you were talking about renaissances. That's how renaissances happen, right? When there's a consensus of the people and there's an idea and they all work towards it.
Yes, like
Right, that's not the
let's
Renaissance.
all stop.
So it is possible that it
Yes.
can happen again.
If the whole world woke up and said we're gonna stop listening to the news, we're all going to agree and accept and say out loud it's all bullshit. This is all a lie. It's all a game. If we all woke up to that, it would be a powerful thing. But that's the thing. So many people are still in the clutches of all this stuff. You know, the problem.
hand.
Yes, the fear that they want you to feel. You know what I'm saying? And that keeps you.
That's kind of a distraction too.
Yes, of course.
Oh wait, but
and
that's
that's the point.
part.
That's the point, to
Yeah.
keep you in a constant fear state, to distract you with stuff like anger, sadness. Look at all this other bullshit. It's to keep you in a fear state so you can't focus on yourself. So it is another distraction. You can't focus on your life and focus on seeing through the bullshit because you're so distracted and don't even know it. That's on the last podcast.
Call back.
Life, death, immortality. We're talking about that right now. So you got any theories on that right now?
On what?
Life, death, immortality. Do you think we're immortal? Do you think that we die? Do you think that once we
Heaven,
close,
hell?
do you think once we take that last earthly breath, it's all done for?
I think it's kind of like
I'm so lightheaded. I'm so hungry. I don't think I can speak anymore. He's like, good.
What time is it?
This fool.
21 o'clock. That's what that says. Why? What you got to do?
Pick up my son at 6.
It's 4.
Okay, cool.
What about you? You gonna leave me too?
I don't know. I could.
I want to go see the fights. Can we go see them?
What fights?
It's gonna be. I think it's on ESPN. It's Haney versus Cambosos.
Man, we
Look,
could
trust
watch
me.
it.
You don't know him. It's gonna be a good fight. I promise you. This is gonna be top level boxing. Young Lions. Just like last week, Young Lions. It's 2 Young Lions again. I promise you.
Man, we could.
I want to see that.
It just all depends on what's going on.
I want you to first buy some food. I'm really hungry.
I am too.
All right. You want to talk about this? You want to smoke this and eat? You want to end this? What do you guys? Let's all come to a collective consensus. Chris, do you have any more to say on this topic? Any more questions? Momo? Any addendums? Stuff?
I wanted to talk, but not that I can think of. I'm too kind of high.
All right. That's a great podcast, wasn't it? Life, Death, Immortality, episode 121.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're great, right? Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Love y'all.
Yay.
Shout out to the new subscribers. Peace.